Airline employee arrested after Sue Kai's plane crash. Was it an inside job? K-drama Haven family. The tragedy that almost claimed Sue Kai's life continues to unravel like the darkest of thrillers. At first, it was thought to be a tragic accident, a malfunction, a stroke of bad luck at 30,000 feet. But as the investigation deepens, new layers are revealed. And what began as whispers of conspiracy has now exploded into a chilling reality. Hold on tight, K-drama Haven family, because this journey is only just beginning. The world of your favorite celebrities is unfolding before your eyes, and every moment is more breathtaking than the last. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now, because trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next. The revelations, the emotions, the moments that will change everything. Because this week, an airline employee was arrested, and authorities are now asking the most haunting question of all. Was Sue Kai's plane crash an inside job? The arrest that shook the investigation. At dawn yesterday, police units swept into a small apartment on the outskirts of the city. Neighbors described the raid as sudden, overwhelming, and terrifying. Within minutes, an airline technician, whose name has not yet been released publicly, was placed in handcuffs and led away. The charge, sabotage. The very man trusted to maintain safety in the skies is now accused of deliberately tampering with the very aircraft that carried Sue Kai and dozens of passengers. The evidence. Sources close to the investigation claim the evidence is damning. Surveillance footage shows the employee lingering near the grounded plane hours before takeoff, long after his shift had ended. Logs reveal discrepancies in maintenance reports. Tools found in his locker matched markings discovered on key parts of the aircraft's systems. And the most disturbing detail? Detectives uncovered encrypted messages on his phone, communications with an unknown figure, ensuring the plane doesn't complete its journey. If true, this was no accident. This was planned. Sue Kai's narrow escape. For fans, the thought is unbearable. Sue Kai, the actor whose face lights up screens, whose charm has captured millions, could have been gone forever. In the chaos of the crash, he survived thanks to the bravery of a fellow passenger who pulled him from the wreckage as smoke filled the cabin. But now, knowing that someone may have wanted that plane to go down, every moment of survival feels even more miraculous and terrifying. Motive under question. Why would an airline employee risk everything to bring down a plane? Officials are exploring multiple theories. Was it financial, a bribe from shadowy figures? Was it personal, a grudge against the airline, or even against Sue Kai himself? Or was it part of something bigger, a plot with motives that stretch far beyond one star and one flight? Investigators are tight-lipped, but whispers of organized crime and corporate sabotage are already swirling through the press. The fans react. As news of the arrest spread, Sue Kai's global fanbase erupted. On social media, hashtags like #JusticeForSueKai and #InsideJobTruth surged to the top of trending lists. Fans demanded answers, accountability, and transparency from both the airline and investigators. One fan wrote, "We prayed for his survival. Now, we demand the truth. Someone tried to take him away from us." Another posted, "This was not fate. This was planned, and we will not rest until every name involved is exposed." The airline under fire. The airline itself now faces its greatest crisis. How could an employee carry out such an act undetected? Where were the safeguards? Executives have issued a statement claiming full cooperation with police and pledging to overhaul safety procedures. But for many, the words ring hollow. Protesters have gathered outside the company's headquarters, holding signs that read, "Lives before profits," and "We deserve the truth." The airline's reputation is hanging by a thread, and the world is watching. What comes next? For Sue Kai, still recovering both physically and emotionally, the revelation reopens wounds. In private, sources close to him say he is shaken by the news, questioning how close he came to losing everything not by chance, but by design. And for investigators, the arrest is just the beginning. Because if one man is guilty, then surely he was not alone. Who gave the order? Who paid for it? Who wanted Sukai and everyone else on that plane silenced forever? The suspect speaks. After his dramatic arrest, the suspect was taken to an undisclosed interrogation center. For 48 hours, he refused to speak. He sat in silence, eyes downcast, refusing food, refusing water. But when investigators finally confronted him with the encrypted messages found on his phone, the facade cracked. Through clenched teeth, he whispered only one phrase. "I was not alone." Those 4 words changed everything. The shadow behind the sabotage. Authorities immediately dug deeper, tracing the communications on the suspect's device. What they found was chilling. Anonymous financial transfers into his bank account, each just below the reporting threshold. Contacts traced to burner phones, activated for only minutes at a time. Mentions of a special passenger on board Flight 927, a passenger whose identity seemed to matter more than anyone else's. That passenger was Sukai. Sukai, the target? For fans, the possibility is unthinkable. Was Sukai himself the intended target of the sabotage? Investigators are careful with their words, but sources close to the case confirm Sukai's name appeared in the suspect's encrypted notes. He was listed alongside the flight number, the seat assignments, and a chilling phrase. He must not walk away. The entertainment world in shock. As these revelations hit the press, the entertainment industry was thrown into chaos. Actors who once laughed with Sukai on set now speak in hushed tones, afraid of unseen forces. Directors cancel shoots. Producers hire private security. Agents whisper of shadowy figures who might have reasons to silence one of the industry's brightest stars. Could it be linked to a contract dispute, a hidden rivalry, or something far darker, tied to powers outside the world of entertainment? The questions multiply. The answers remain elusive. The airline under siege. Meanwhile, the airline faces its biggest scandal in history. Public outrage has grown into protests, with angry crowds demanding accountability. Families of other passengers have joined the movement, holding photos of loved ones who narrowly survived, or who will never fly again. Lawyers prepare lawsuits. Politicians call for resignations. Shares in the airline plummet as investors flee. And inside the company's glass towers, executives scramble. They claim ignorance, they promise change, but investigators believe someone, somewhere, had to know what was happening. Was the arrested employee a lone wolf, or a pawn in a game the airline has yet to admit? Sukai's private turmoil. Behind closed doors, Sukai struggles. Friends say he has become quieter, more reflective. Once known for his easy laughter, he now walks with caution, always accompanied by bodyguards. He has asked himself the same haunting question again and again. Why me? Was he simply unlucky? Or was someone trying to erase him from the world he fought so hard to conquer? In a private message leaked to the press, Sukai wrote to a friend, "Every time I close my eyes, I hear the sound of metal tearing. I see the faces of those beside me, and I ask myself, if I was the reason that plane went down, how can I ever live with that?" The suspect's confession, a twist. After days of relentless questioning, the suspect finally broke down. He admitted to tampering with the aircraft, loosening crucial components, falsifying reports. But he claimed he was never told why. He said a faceless figure gave him orders. Money appeared in his account. Threats followed if he refused. And then he named a name tied not to the airline but to a powerful figure in the entertainment industry. The room fell silent. Investigators knew they had stumbled into something far larger than aviation sabotage. The industry connection. That name, though not yet released to the public, has already sent shockwaves behind the scenes. Rumors swirl of a rival actor, a corporate investor, even a powerful executive with reasons to silence Sukai. Some insiders whisper that Sukai had been preparing to reveal damaging truths about corruption in the industry. Others claim he had unknowingly crossed a dangerous line, and the crash was meant to silence him before he could speak. Whatever the truth may be, the revelation has expanded the investigation beyond aviation into the glittering, shadowy corridors of the entertainment empire. Fans demand justice. As the case grows darker, Sue Kai's fans remain louder than ever. They flood social media with messages of strength and solidarity. They gather outside police stations with candles and posters, vowing not to let his survival be in vain. Their voices rise as one. Protect Sue Kai. Expose the truth. Justice must prevail. The fanbase, once seen as simply devoted admirers, has transformed into a global movement. Their pressure forces authorities to push harder, dig deeper, and refuse silence. The road ahead. The investigation now stretches across borders, involving intelligence agencies, international aviation experts, and financial crime units. The arrested employee sits behind bars, but he is not the end. He is the beginning. Sue Kai, meanwhile, tries to heal under the shadow of fear. His every public appearance draws massive crowds, but behind his smile lies an unspoken weight. And the world waits for the next arrest, for the next revelation, for the final answer to the question that haunts us all. Who wanted Sue Kai's plane to fall? K-drama Haven family, this story is no longer about survival. It is about truth. And truth has a way of clawing its way to the surface, no matter how deeply buried. Because if the arrest of one airline employee has revealed this much darkness, we must ask ourselves, what will happen when the real masterminds are finally exposed?